So I thought I'd catch up with what's going on with my own card, and lately that's been kind of like not much. Excuse the noise. I'm in my daily commuter. I have this morning I hit 300,000 miles. Wasn't paying attention. I wanted to throw a bit of a party, but yeah, so I recorded that on Monday the 30th, and by Thursday night, I went from a celebration to a funeral. I've been pretty hard on my vehicles, living in one state, working in another. Since I've moved to the mail house, I'm actually only driving half the distance that I used to for 29 years. So it took me a little bit longer to put the miles on this one. But anyway, haven't done a whole lot with my card. I had 2 advertisers, and it was a couple. He has a handyman business. She has a cleaning business, and they had a big split. So I've got the handyman business. I think I've lost the cleaning business. For now, anyway. So I'm kind of back to the drawing board on that. Other than that, I've been so involved with medical stuff for my wife and myself, and helping somebody else in need, trying to get them up by their bootstraps and get on their feet again, and I just haven't had a lot of time to devote to my card. So it's my own fault. I'm not worrying about it. But I do have to get myself in gear. I've got a big home show coming up April 11th and 12th. Pretty sure that's it. Don't remember 10th and 11th or 11th and 12th. I have to look at the calendar, but that's where all the contractors, home improvement, HVAC, everything you can think of, bath fitters, rebath, anything have to do with remodeling, building, additions, lawn care, you name it, hardscaping. So I'm making a fold-over business card specifically for the show. And when you open it up, it'll have a little mini version of the 9x12 of the mailer, so they can kind of see what it looks like. A lot of people still don't understand what it is that we're doing, and the only way to really get the idea across is to show them. I do have the sample cards that I carry around with the planner on the back still. So I have the sample front, and then I have the planner on the back. They work out good. I'm eventually gonna laminate 2 of those front to front, so that I have a planner on both sides, and then I can just use a not a dry erase. Now I'll use a wet marker, so that it doesn't come off until I'm ready to take it off. But that way I'll be able to plan and edit and everything on the planning card, and I won't keep going through cards when I have to make a change, like when couples split and I lose an advertiser. So, but I'm hoping to get a lot of at least good feedback from the home show, where I can stand there and talk to the people and explain more of what I'm doing with the card. This week I will be mailing out about 260 6x11 postcards promoting the card, which I hope will be a good icebreaker. They're going to pretty much the same people that are going to be at the show. I'm doing a few extra things like adding jewelers and some spas and dentists, things like that won't be at the home show. But the ones that are going to be my primary advertisers, I think, are going to be all the home improvement, home care type people. Sorry for the sun, it's just that time of day. So the home show is going to be really good, and I'll at least be able to get good feedback. Most of these, one client's going to pay the card off, so I think it's good. A lot of them are advertising on billboards, which is good for brand recognition, but you don't typically get a lot of direct response off of billboards. The exposure's too short. There's no time to get the information down. But they do add top of mind awareness of the brand if people are paying attention. And we've got a lot of billboards in our area, and frankly, I think we've got so many that people are kind of desensitized to them. I'm not, because hey, I'm in advertising, so I pay attention. But when I ask people, hey, do you pay attention to the billboards on this route or that route? And they're like, oh, didn't even know we had billboards on. It's like, oh, okay. They're like everywhere, but they don't pay any attention. And the fun billboard is the one that's on the top of the pole, and it basically says, keep your eyes on the road, don't be looking up here. Well, then don't put the billboard up there. So anyway, I'll get this thing going. I'm not stressing. I'm still working, pulling a salary, decent salary, and I'm collecting my Social Security now on top of that. So my wife's got her Social Security, but in my hometown, the cost of living is a lot lower, so the money goes a long way. I'm embedded in the DC market, so we have tons and tons and tons of people that live out by me. They're way out. I mean, I'm certainly not the extreme. I'm in West Virginia. We've got people in West Virginia, further out in Virginia. We've got people that come down from the western part of Maryland, Pennsylvania, all to drive into the DC metro area. So everybody's doing it. They're getting the city wages and living the country life, basically. Although our area is picking up a little bit, it's not so country anymore, because the government has moved some of their offices out right where I am. FEMA is out there now. Since they've, since 9/11, they've kind of moved certain offices away from DC, and that's caused a shift and some growth that I could live without. But now they're talking about putting a data center out there somewhere. Not fond of that because I don't want to pay for that. But at the same time, the growth means more potential for the advertising. So we're getting bigger companies. We got a lot more housing developments going in. So in that sense, it's a good thing. Because this is my retirement side hustle, and I need all the help I can get. I'm also going to look at, I've discussed this in another video, I'm going to do some things for myself here. I'm looking at gated communities. They're kind of untouched except for like the HOA magazines, which really don't get read. They have the monthly calendar in them. They have some vital numbers. They've got articles that most people don't really care about. So there's a few pages that get looked at and that have advertising. All the other advertisements in there, I think, are relatively low exposure because people just don't thumb through it. And in the gated communities, I think the 9x12 is going to be much higher value. I've been up since 4 this morning, actually, earlier. I think the 9x12 is going to be much higher value than the ads in the HOA magazines. And I can get a list that is precise, laser precision. It will be the gated community and only the gated community. I'm not going to worry about EDDM. The quantities are going to be only in the hundreds, and I'm going to tack on like $1,000. See where my ad price falls. I think because these are, $1 million to $2 million plus dollar homes, I think I can do a pretty steep price point and still sell these ads with no problem at all. And if it's not too bad, I may we'll see. I may go to 6 ads per side. We'll see. A little bit easier sell, a little more value per ad. These are all going to be high caliber companies that are going to go on here, so that may work. I have to look at my Excel spreadsheet. But the weather's warm, almost, keeps flipping back and forth. It's driving me crazy. But I think it's really going to be on the warm up. I'm going to be able to get out and sell. I don't have so many other things to worry about around the house anymore. Wintertime was tricky. I was having to run auxiliary heaters and things like that just to keep from breaking the bank on power and things like that. It was a harsh winter. So that's it for now. I'm trying to get into high gear here and banking an awful lot on the 6x11 mailer that's going to hit like right before the home show, and then being at the home show in person with business cards. There's going to be over 100 vendors there, so I'm banking a lot on that. So we'll let you know what happens. may have, by the time you see this, I may have dropped at least one video, if not two. I've got one on briefly on SCFs again, and the consolidation the Postal Service is doing to sorting and distribution centers and carrier annexes, and how that can help people who are doing EDM retail on their own. And I also emphasize how mail houses, to me, are still king when you're doing EDDM. And then there's a new niche that I'm doing, and the gated communities is one of them, but there's an additional one that I'm doing currently doing for some clients with solo mailers, and I think it's a killer opportunity for 9x12s, but it will require a list and a mail house. If you're in an urban area, check it out. Check out the video. Again, I'm not sure it's going to drop by the time you see this, but keep looking for it. If you're in the city or you're close into a city, it's got a lot of potential. And the same thing. This is all high income, a little bit different for the advertiser base. So we will see how that goes. But right now, for the solo mailers, it is doing incredible, and I think the 9x12s are going to be a winner too. So anyway, check those out. We'll talk to you very soon, I hope, and I'll hopefully have some better news on advertisers and the status of my own card. Everybody take care. Thanks.